Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Haws, and today we're going to be talking about Cardano and the overall crypto market, but more specifically Cardano, and it's been long overdue. First and foremost, let's talk about the crypto market right now. And just as a reminder, if you like these videos, please give me a like. It really helps share these videos out. It also really helps if you watch the video to the end. I would really appreciate it if you do watch until the end. But let's get into the video. So Bitcoin is currently going on a pretty serious capitulation right now as we speak. We can see that right now that we're recording. I decided to make this video basically when the candle was maybe half this size, so it's kind of dropping a lot more. Now I would say if you're trading, we're probably going to be looking at a lot of liquidations at this point. I can see a lot of longs being taken out right around even here. So this whole candle could be a huge buster for a lot of long sellers, and short sellers are obviously going to do well. So this is going to be a normal capitulation. How far we're going to go, I really have no idea. I can't see it going too far. I think there's still a lot of steam in the engine. This is a very interesting time too. We're catching this literally on camera while I'm recording this video. So we're going to be doing more play-to-play action, what I think about when we're looking at a dump. Now we're looking at Cardano specifically, and Cardano is going to be the point of the video because we want to talk about where Cardano is going to go. Especially we have things like Alonzo coming out and a few other updates coming for Cardano. So the system is going to be hugely bullish in the long term, especially when we have smart contracts finally on the system. And then once that happens, then we can have decentralized apps being created and everything else. But just to give some analysis right now, we are leveling off at that support. So we've discussed before, this is our channel that Cardano was moving through. So to zoom in, we bounced off this channel portion. So you can see here that we almost got down to our line of support. So we could possibly be building a new level of support. So this is the things that I was talking about with Cardano. The reason why it's so good that we have a lot of sideways action is typically we have a lot more support at higher levels. So we're able to maintain higher lows and then higher highs, right? So it's very understandable that Cardano is going down right now, especially when you see Bitcoin going on such a severe capitulation like it is right now. Out of curiosity's sake, because everyone's probably been looking very closely at the Ethereum chart, and why shouldn't you be? Because it has been a fantastic ride for the last couple of days. Again, I know I'm a little bit of an ETH bear, but I'm glad that I locked up my ETH. We are sitting below $4,000, which is a shock, but we haven't been above 4,000 for a while, and it's very common for the crypto market to do these kind of chill back, relax kind of capitulations. Although this is pretty severe, we see Ethereum taking a little bit more hits, and you can see by the volatility of how fast the candles are moving. I'm not sure if you can see that very well, but we're not really at the highest volume points, but we are getting over to the undersold points. Now, I wouldn't necessarily say that you should be picking up Ethereum down here, because realistically, we've seen this in the crypto markets before. Typically, if Bitcoin wants to dump and wants to dump continuously, the crypto market's going to go with it for at least a little while until Bitcoin levels out. So we can't expect stability in this time. And I like that I'm recording this video during a dump. It's almost like a live dump. But you can't really predict exactly where everything's going to go in the near term. We could obviously go further down. It's very realistic. But at the same time, we also have a lot of support, and I'm not terribly concerned about what the crypto market's going to do in the near term. Back to Cardano, of course, because we're talking about this. This is what the video is all about. And I know Cardano holders, you guys have been waiting for us to break above that $1.40 mark. So now we're in a position where we're actually seeing a possible dump, which is interesting because we get to talk about it live and look at it live. But again, the big thing to note is that we are holding so far at the $1.50 mark, and I do suspect Cardano will absolutely hold that $1.50 mark. And again, I know I'm just repeating myself here, but the longer that we can trade level, the more support we're going to have at higher highs. So it's realistic that we'll maintain these levels. I don't suspect that Cardano will go too far down the $1.50 mark, although it could, but I think Cardano will quickly go back up. Now we see this with a lot of altcoins, and this dump that we're watching right now could actually be one of the catalysts that really start altcoins flying. We talk a lot on this channel about the Bitcoin dominance, and I'll admit it's not the most important metric, especially when you're talking about Bitcoin and whether or not Bitcoin is valuable. has really no basis on that. But it does allow you to understand exactly how the market's going to move based on Bitcoin's dominance. And we know that Bitcoin's dominance is roughly around the 48% mark. In fact, right now, the Bitcoin dominance is 42%, But the Ethereum dominance is now 18.9%. So wouldn't it be logical to expect that if Ethereum is going to dump, that everything else is going to dump with it? And live in this video, we are getting to see Ethereum continue, all gas, no brakes, go back up. So, what Ethereum is going to do apparently doesn't care about what Bitcoin's going to do. But like I said, I don't think that this dump is going to be necessarily bad. And we see it, and we also see Cardano popping up there as well. So what I'm talking about Ethereum dominance and Bitcoin dominance, I think these two things are going to be critical with identifying the crypto market. Because as the crypto market moves with Bitcoin, as Ethereum keeps building market cap and keeps becoming this behemoth in the market, it too will move the market at the slightest whim. So it's very common to see that. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up, you might be wondering why, okay, Cardano did pump. Cardano pumped to $1.60. But, that's really nothing crazy. It's not the big pump that we're all waiting for, that we all want. But look at Ethereum. Look at the drastic increase that Ethereum has had over the last couple of days. It's staggering that Ethereum has been pumping so much at this rate. And we can fully expect that Ethereum is going to go further this bull market. I do think 10K is in the cards. However, I do think at this point, Ethereum probably just needs to chill out a little bit. But the same thing goes with Bitcoin when I discuss this with Bitcoin. If Ethereum can find some ground and trade level, that is super bullish for altcoins. It does also matter whether or not Bitcoin capitulates or not, so we're going to have to wait and see. But if Ethereum is able to trade level, we could see altcoins like Cardano really start to pull back some of that market capitalization. So to discuss Cardano, and a lot of people might be asking, what is my price target for the end of the bull market? We've talked about this before, and I'm just going to reiterate my prices. I don't think that they've changed really that much dramatically. It could go a lot higher. I think a lot of my price prediction really depends on how much people and developers get onboarded once we have smart contracts and once DApps are being developed on the system, which obviously we don't have a robust ecosystem quite yet. So in that regard, my price prediction could fluctuate. It could be a lot higher than what I'm predicting. But I've said before that by the end of the bull market, it is most likely that we'll see roughly an $8 ADA. That's probably the most realistic Cardano price. And just to give you a perspective, that's only 408% from here. So really, a lot of people would call this prediction pretty bearish. And I'll admit it's pretty bearish. But on this channel, I try to give you guys the most realistic information and not overhype certain things. Although I think Cardano is going to do well, and it's probably going to be one of those long-term holds that I hold, I want everyone's expectations to be at least a little realistic. So the people saying $20, $30 Cardano, I'm not sure if I'd believe that. But again, I am never upset if I'm proven wrong on that fact. So if I am wrong, hey, better for me. Because I've already said that I don't plan to sell my entire position. I will hold a little bit left over to sell those tippy tops if I can get a chance. But as we see the crypto market rebound now, we do see Cardano holding ground. So let's hope that this is the end. But again, with Bitcoin capitulations, it really could go on for a couple hours, if not a couple of days. So it's not unrealistic to think that we could go. So let's explore my Cardano price prediction a little bit further. Just to go over the numbers here, currently, as it stands, Cardano sits at $1.66, and that's been fluctuating, but things are kind of leveling off. So for ADA to hit $8, the market cap needs to be roughly $255 billion, possibly a little smidge more, but that would bring Cardano to an $8 ADA. Now, you might be asking, how realistic is $255 billion? Well, in the grand scheme of things, it actually is pretty realistic. Let's take a look at Ethereum, for example. Now, if you look at Ethereum's market cap, back in January alone, it was at $142 billion. Currently, Ethereum's market cap is sitting roughly a little over $455 billion. So right there is a massive increase. So obviously, we could easily see how much Ethereum has gained. And if you're looking at Ethereum now, you're probably in the camp of, well, Ethereum is going to continue going up, which I agree with. Ethereum is going to continue going up, and it is going to continue gaining market capitalization. And that market capitalization will also spill into other projects as well as other investors. To look at the same right now for Cardano, Cardano started at around the same time at around $10 billion and now is roughly at $53 billion. So we've already seen a good amount of money come into the Cardano system, but this definitely isn't the end of the money. We can absolutely see this at least coming in at a 5x from here. And just to hit it home, for the overall market capitalization at around the same time, the total crypto market was roughly at $800 billion. The total crypto market now sits at $2.5 trillion. And again, I don't think we're over. So again, I know that the price prediction of $8 can seem bearish to some people. I think it could go higher. Absolutely. The ceiling is really the limit in terms of how well the Cardano system is to onboard people and how much dApps and everything starts getting built on the Cardano system. So I will yield that the price point could be way above what I'm predicting. But I like to keep everything really conservative in terms of price predictions because at the end of the day, nobody knows. I will wrap up this video quickly with just going over the crypto market because obviously we recorded this in the middle of a capitulation phase. So let's talk about that. Right now, the crypto market cap is sitting at $2.23 trillion, roughly a little bit lower. And it's been pretty volatile for a little while. So to recap here, Bitcoin did capitulate down. It went all the way down to $53,000. Still above any massive lines of support, so we're still good in terms of where Bitcoin is. We see XRP took a pretty big tumble all the way down to $1.25, $1.22. Ethereum did a little bit of a dip, but it is regaining ground, and I do think Ethereum is going to continue at least an uptrend, but it would be nice to see Ethereum trade level for at least a little bit. Give the alts a chance, you know? And then Cardano suffered a huge dip all the way down to that $1.50 mark, but we have rebounded up to 160, so around this level. DOT looks to be one of the biggest casualties, all the way down to the $32 mark. And we see a number of cryptocurrencies fighting on these levels. And just looking at CoinGecko, it looks like finally we're getting that Doge retracement. So, you know, who knows? I like I said, if the bull market's not over, Dogecoin can still go up. I do believe Dogecoin, in essence, will go up. Will it be the number 5 cryptocurrency? I don't think so. I don't know. I'm willing to bet money on it, I guess, but you know, it is what it is. But you know, 2021, it's already surprised me quite a bit. So, you know, at this point, anything can go. Well, that's it for me. Hopefully, everyone is weathering this dump pretty well. I don't panic, obviously. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and happy hodling.